We're live. Welcome to Sunday Night Ragchew.
Howdy, y'all. How's everybody doing?
A little bit of a new setup here. For those who knew, I was revamping the shack and the streaming desk here. It's all in one. And I don't want to release any photos until it's completely done. But just so you know, the top of the desk up is redone. And after I hide those two little wires, you won't see any wires. But then I got to do the bottom of the desk, and that's hiding all the wires. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. And a big welcome to those who are members now. And let me just try this real quick. I'm gonna do a member shout out with the scroll here in the beginning, and then I'll do it again at the end. Hold on. Shout out to these. Nightcry D, thanks for the Razer Back membership, and these are all our Prep Ham piglets. So thank you guys for your support. Let's go back to me. I don't want to scare anybody away with weird. Oops, that's not the one we want. There we go. All right. Welcome, everyone. So my camera's to my right now, so it's going to be a little different angle, but this way the camera's not blocking my top screen a little bit. And finally got the lighting right after a year.
I'm wearing a hat, and the reason I'm wearing it backwards is it looks like that if I have it forward. So I need to invest in some lighting other than just room lights that are really cool.
Okay, and I will see who can guess what this is on my hat. What does it say?
Oh, I know.
For Michael. And just so y'all know,
is Japan Ham here?
I don't think so. I haven't seen him for a little bit. He posted something on Discord.
I bet he could read it.
But just so y'all know, Bill Muth, W0RHP, is still the reigning Dream Boss. I'm going to shrink this just a little bit if I can. It'll let me select it. Here we go. So as many of you may have figured out last week, you got to bring the Stream Boss's health down, the green bar down to red, and the biggest, I believe, the way it works, the biggest order takes the place as the new Stream Boss until they're knocked off their cliff and all their health is taken down. Anyway, all right, so oh, Chris, dang it! I just realized with more members, I'm able to add more emotes, and I completely forgot to create some emotes. So, real quick, if you got an idea for an emote, and an emote is, of course, like you see in the chat there, the little pig, the smiley faces that you put in chat, stuff like that. When you're a member, you'll get to use emotes that a channel creates. You got some ideas for emotes? Throw them in the chat. For those of you who can see, you'll see, I think, 4 emotes. There's a 73, a CQ.
Yeah, there it is. It does work.
And is it working? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you should see, and those who are members can do those 4 emotes. And then as I get more members, I can create more emotes. And so ideas, if you have an emote idea, let me know, and I'll create them. I found out they're not too difficult. For some reason, my arm is bleeding.
So 45 Auto says, your hat says, it's shorthand for I love Spam Mushubi.
No.
I've never had Spam Mushubi.
It's not, but it's actually really good.
It looks good.
Yeah, it is. If you can handle the salt. So.
Bring the salt on, man.
Is my head cut off? Am I okay? Looks okay. All right, never mind. I might have zoomed in too close. Let me go out just a touch. All right, just so y'all know, I took my Toyota in for its 12-month.
Oh, you're going to give it away now?
Well, I don't think anyone's getting it.
Well, Spam Mushubi was a good guess.
That was the best. That was the best guess. 45 has the best guess since that was the only guess. This is the katakana or phonetic alphabet for foreign words in Japan. And it means Toyota. So I had to have it. Saw it in the shop when I was waiting for my truck. Okay, Ryan. I'll give it to you because there was probably a 5 to 7 second delay, and you said it just as I finished the word, so I'm going to guess you're right. Wait, what?
What you win? What, Gray Man?
Gray Man, you haven't even posted yet. What are you talking about? Let me look up. What's your first post? Whatever. Oh, goodness sakes. You win a free admission to tonight's Sunday Night Ragchew.
There you go.
Welcome.
Come join us.
Welcome to all those who got the free admission. And if I don't stop clicking on this, I'm going to drive me nuts here. I keep clicking on OBS and it takes me out of StreamYard.
Okay, now we're talking about tacos.
Tacos. That's a topic. Sounds good. Oh, he's preempting the chat. Okay. Well, guys, welcome. Tonight, I just want to say up front, it's not going to be a 3-hour stream. It's not going to be a 2-hour stream.
Oh.
Tonight is not going to be necessarily a Ragchew per se. It tends to not be the Ragchew. Oh, Don? I didn't.
Oh, very nice, Don. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. You're amazing, as you heard or should have heard. To Don, thank you so much. And you get the applause. And for some reason, I'm not seeing who's getting the memberships. Is it popping up for you? It should pop up notifications of who gets the membership.
So it's like 5 random people when that happens?
Yeah, it's 5 random. So if we don't have
cool.
5 people watching, I don't know what it does. It might just give people memberships that were on last week.
Oh, I probably should be watching.
Let me try this. Let me try the event list. Let me see if that'll pop it up. Okay, that shows the gifts. Yeah, it's not. Oh, Ryan is letting us know. Phil, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. Phil, Skeeter, Lester, Brian, and Jeff. Looks like the membership, just the gifting is being popped up, not the actual people who received it. So looks like Ryan, thanks for letting me know. Phil, Skeeter, Lester, Brian, and Jeff. Congratulations. Don has given you a membership. Welcome to the Prep Ham Piglets membership level. All right. I'm going to get rid of that alert box or event list because I just don't really want it on the stream. Plus, you're probably going to see it where it was below my name.
So I can't see it, Paul. So let me put you on the big screen here. Oh, the logo's over your.
Yeah, it's going to be over it. It's fine. All it showed was Dawn. I was hoping it would show the.
Well, I talked about Bill Moose health there. Just want to see that start ticking down.
Oh, here. I'll just move it. Hold on. I forgot about that. Yeah, he lost 100. Put it down here, maybe. He lost 100 health, so I guess a gifted membership is 100 health, or 5 gifted memberships, maybe. That seems low. I thought I set that to 100 each. Maybe it's only 100 per 5. It shouldn't be. It should be 100 per gift. Okay, well, either way, go back to our double screen here. So let's get to it, guys. Tonight, what I want to go over for our preparedness topic, and this is also going to establish when I did the vote poll for a couple months ago about 1 preparedness topic, 3 radio, 2 preparedness topic, 2 radio, etc. The winners, by I think it was around 80-something%. I'll have to go back and look, but it was definitely the majority wanted 2 preparedness topics and 2 radio topics per month. And with the schedule I've got an outline for preparedness. I do not have an outline for radio topics or what we're going to discuss, because sometimes that's just a week-by-week thing. With the amount of information we're going to be going over this year, I I will probably be doing 2 a week, or perhaps making a video on one of the topic instead of a stream. So I'll have to figure that out as I go. But there's a lot of stuff. And the goal is, if you haven't noticed by the backdrop, let me put it in front of us here. So 2025, we will be prepared. That's the goal. My goal for you and me is from A to Z that we're all prepared by the end of 2025. So what I want to do is use this little Ragchew Crew platform once or twice a month, or one stream and maybe a video or 2 a month on all the topics that we're about to go over tonight. And again, tonight's not going to be so much a Ragchew as so much as it's going to be me giving the information, the outline for the year, and the book that I'm working on that will probably not be done until 2026. But this is what I'm working on. And just so y'all know, check it out. Oop, camera's over here now, Paul. Campcation ticket. Road trip.
Oh, cool.
So I got that in the mail. Looking forward to that. Staying at the Wyndham, kind of across the street from the park, because I really didn't know where everybody else was staying, and I don't have any kind of camping facilities. But I'll get there on the 7th. And I will unfortunately miss Jason and Tank's group on the 6th. I think it's a POTA, but I will get with the car guys on the Saturday, that Saturday, and hang out with them then. So I'll probably do some live streams or something. We'll see. Hoping that we have an American debut of the FTX, perhaps, and perhaps the Kenwood Mobile. We'll see.
So Don's got a question, Paul.
Yeah, let me go back to chat here.
Yeah, given the cold snap, it's on the screen. Given the cold snap without a fireplace, I don't trust my fireplace. I never put a fire in there ever. A safe way to heat a room in a power outage for 8 to 12 hours.
I'll tell you what, Don. I'll answer that if you can answer why I just, for some reason, have a little spot on my arm that's bleeding. No, I'm just kidding. The dog must have scratched me or something. Well, I can only tell you the way I do it, and that is only one room. I've got 2 heaters, a ceramic and a coil one. I really don't like the coil ones. Historically those have caused fires and such, but this one does if it tips over. Does shut off, but if something lands on it, it doesn't shut off. So I trust in ceramic heaters more than I do the coil ones. I can right over there in the corner. My wife's using it in this room, and the other heater's in our bedroom. But I would plug in the heater into a battery pack, into a UPS type box, some type of a power supply backup battery system that you have, whether it's a portable one or you've got some kind of generator that you've got hooked up outside in the back. And I would run one heater and keep one room warm. I would do the same with an AC. I would put if I've got no power at all, let's say a week, I'd put a window thing in an AC thing in a window for summer, and I would put a single heater in a room, and then I would tell the family if they want to stay warm, put socks, pants, shirts, and a jacket and hat on if they need to.
Yeah. I have a heater in my garage. It's kind of a Walmart's answer to Buddy heater, but it's not as safe. And I wish I had a Buddy heater, because
Buddy heaters are great.
I do have a Coleman heater you can run indoors, but it runs a tank out in like 4 hours.
Yeah, and that's always the problem, is storage of gas and such. I'd like to think I could rely on solar recharging the battery packs.
Not in the winter snap though.
But exactly, if it's a summer thing, maybe. If it's a winter thing, most likely not. I mean, it's been cloudy for 2-3 days here.
Yeah, I don't think I would trust the Ozark Trail heater I got out in the garage. That's for the garage. But that Coleman one, they don't make it anymore. It said it's rated for indoors for emergencies. So,
and Don,
they don't make them anymore.
Also on that, I swear there was something a month ago you were saying in Discord or a chat, someone else's stream, that you needed help with. Message me in Discord and let me know if there's still something you needed help with, like climbing or putting something in a tree or something. I don't think you ever got back to me in Discord, so let me know.
So Grayman Poto's got a good question for you, Paul. Did you get
Yeah.
the media pass for?
What is that? All I saw was this. Just said tickets. What? How do I know?
Oh, did they send that to you without you purchasing, or?
No, it's a ticket. I paid for it, and you can
Okay.
opt to have will call, or you can opt to have it sent. And I got it early enough. I had it sent to me. You're gonna have to tell me what that is, Tim.
It's probably a phone call out there. Say, hey, I'm with these others. Or Grayman, can you hook them up with the media pass? Can you?
Is it maybe? Are you talking about maybe like for the YouTube guys that are going and stuff,
Yeah,
doing their thing? Maybe
they
that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
They get to go into special conferences and stuff before anybody else can.
Got it. Okay. Ryan, you're right. Dogs will keep you warm. Our Samoyed has 2 coats. Me personally, I prefer cold over hot. I can withstand the cold more than I can the heat, despite the fact that more people die from cold than they do heat. But I can't handle the heat. I just can't. I'm thankful I was born in Arizona but raised in Idaho from the age of 7. I'm so thankful to my dad for moving to North Idaho where it was nice temperatures, 4 seasons, and beautiful.
Okay, Chris, I'm going to jump on you here.
I don't, Chris. I don't. I love it. I love cold and rain and snow, and even the ice storms in Texas, I think, are incredible.
So we have health and welfare nets whenever it gets cold at noon and 7:30 every night, and we'll probably be doing that this week as an Aries group. Now think about it. I didn't even think about it till just now. But I'm sorry, my radio's going. I need to shut it off here in a second. But we had a Canadian come down here and tell us how ill prepared we were for the winter, and somebody finally jumped on him during our health and welfare net. It was an inappropriate one, and says, "How well prepared are you for 108-degree weather?" Because that's what we get in Texas. So, I'll be back. I got to turn off my radio. It's too loud.
All right. I got to pull one thing up.
Oh.
Got another chat. Hold on one second, guys. I just want to double check. Okay. Yes. 45. This comment right here. Lost it. Where'd it go? I looked away and the deer got away. Where'd you go? Oh, here. My wife's boss's daughter breeds and raises them in Texas. I didn't even know what this breed was till she brought it home, till she told me she was going to get one. Her boss was giving her one. Her boss's daughter was giving her one. And I pulled it up, and I've been trying to get a dog for a long time. My wife's excuse was always, I don't want hair everywhere. Well, I was looking at things that, terriers and poodle types and mixed breeds that were hypoallergenic didn't have the massive hair dropping everywhere. Oh, sorry. I'll get back to you, Tim. So anyway, so she tells me this now, and I said, I pulled it up, and it's a double coat. It looks like it's maybe husky breed, kind of the husky family maybe or something. And I read on it, it's 2 coats. And I told her, I said, there's no way this 2-coat hairy beast does not shed. Long story short, it sheds. Not bad, not as bad as like a lab. And her hair is very, very, very fine and white, and our floors are light colored, so you really don't see it until they come together and they form this little hair tumbleweed, and you see it rolling across the if it's not vacuumed, you'll see it rolling across the floor, and you just pick it up and throw it away. But 45, that was my question too, is like, who in their right mind would raise this kind of dog in Texas? But do you know what she does when I let her out in the middle of August when it's 105 degrees and 80% humidity? Goes out to the corner yard and lays on the river rock in the middle of the day. She loves it. So
loves the heat.
She loves it. And she lays on the river rock, which is even hotter. The grass would be cooler. The river rock is nice and hot, so she gets that heat on her belly, and she loves it. So I guess I don't understand dogs and their hides. Tim, thanks. I'll contact them, see if there's something about the media pass. I didn't see anything about that. Yes, Chris knows the tumbleweeds. Hey, Ziggy, welcome, bud. Ziggy had a great stream earlier with Hollywood again. He had a stream on the day before with Hollywood on, guiding his nimble hands on circuit boards. 75 ohm ham. Ziggy, always an interesting stream, always an interesting video, guys. Check him out. 30 pigeons, welcome, Ziggy. Okay, let's get to it, guys. I'm already almost 30 minutes in, and I haven't even gotten to it. Let me go to, it's probably easier to just share screen, I suppose.
Goyle. I thought about using that in some stuff, and I figured some people won't get it.
All right, guys. Let me let's see if I F11 that, it'll go full screen, right? I think. Yes.
There's a tip before you start.
What's that?
Never shave the Samoy.
Oh yeah, I read that early on and made sure I let my wife know, because she basically kind of trims under her pads, the hair there. She trims that and a little bit around, you know, that area. All right, guys. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. My outline is 4 pages. So let's try to work through this and we'll get through it. So think of this in a book format, which is what it will eventually be. This is the preliminary outline. This is not my final outline. And so what I'm going to do, I was talking with Frank a little bit back and forth, wondering about a topic when I was talking with him last night. And I mentioned this and said, what about this? And we go through it the whole year. And he said, yeah, that's a good idea. So that's what we're going to do. The first part, easy. It's basically, what is preparedness? Why is it important? Kind of like the guide that I talked about before. It's goes over types of disaster, you know, and stuff like that. So the basic definitions and explanations, because it's going to be a book. Most of us here know some level of preparedness, but it's going to be a book also made for people that don't really get it, so that hopefully it takes you from start to finish of working on and building a plan. We'll go over the different types of disasters. Some of these will be combined streams or combined videos. So if I made a video where I did the first stream of the year, it might be this section right here, taking up the first two chapters. So that may be one stream. We're gonna go from there with starting the plan. That's the first main thing, is starting the plan. You create basically what I did here with my plan for a book or guide. You need to start with that plan, and we've gone over plans on the stream before. We'll probably go over it again. So this is going to just teach people how to start developing a plan. Each chapter that requires it I will create documents that can be printed and filled out. They will be both Word and PDF, so they can be printed and written on, or edited in Word, so you don't have to own Adobe PDF, whatever that thing is. You can just edit it with Word or whatever. I'm contemplating a business plan. I may separate that out into a totally different section on its own. And then animal and pet preparedness, as we're talking here. So now I realize I have to, for my little girl Luna to endure the summer, I'm going to have to put River Rock in my preparedness kit, because now I know she likes to lay on them. Just kidding. Emergency kits, we all pretty much know about those. There's going to be a section on emergency kits. That one will have a checklist. That one will have a lot of ideas to give people thoughts on what to add in theirs. We do talk about power, food storage. And then this is an important one, because this one will determine what your plan does. You can't just plan on, oh, well, we're going to evacuate. If you live in Houston, right? Good grief. New Orleans, right? The lower, they're basically below the sea level. Your main plan might be to evacuate. But if you're living in Colorado, they're at 3,000 feet, you may not need to evacuate. There may not be any chemical things near you. There may not be any high risk of anything that might cause an evacuation, chemical spills, a train wreck, hurricanes, floods, things like that. There still may be. You just never know. There could be, you could be near the mountains. There could be mudslides, landslides, earthquakes. You never know. So that's going to be a portion that talks about prioritize which one that you're most likely. You look at your threats you're most likely going to face, and then plan accordingly. I would say prioritize. Mine is going to be home safety and securing in place. My secondary one is evacuation plans. Chapter 6, water, food, medical preparation. That's kind of self-explanatory. I want to go over various topics. We've done a water purification, storage, and usage. It was almost a year ago. I think it was last February, maybe March. We'll talk about food stockpiling, the pros and cons. It'll be pros and cons of MREs that are already wet, dry pack MREs like Mountain House or freeze-dried stuff you do yourself. We'll go over a lot of that stuff, and the medical preparedness. Going to be the basics, and then it's going to be you've got to tailor that to fit your medical needs, right? We've talked about this before. Diabetic. There are some medications that you can only get so much of. You may need to work something out with your doctor or something. There are companies that do provide now kits. They seem a little expensive, but if it's a way to purchase a kit that gets you through like antibiotics or something that you normally have to go to a doctor for, might be worthwhile.
Yeah, a lot of those kits are for people like that would sail across the ocean. They get a prescription for everything. Mm-hmm. No matter what it is, and they will get on the sat phone with the doctor. They get sick or whatever. They're just not going to take and self-diagnose and take their own medicine, but the doctor will have a teleconference with them and say, "I want you to take this and this and this," and it's all in your kit. So those people that like to sail across oceans, they get those kits. So
I'm just
they're
checking
available.
real quick.
They're available.
If you guys, as I go through, because again, I'm trying to kind of speed through it tonight, and I think for the most part, you guys get the gist of what's going to happen this year as far as preparedness topics. Throw a question in if there's something, suggestion. I'll mark things down over here. You can always leave it in Discord as well. So chapter 7, we're going to go into communications, the area that we all love, right? That's the main reason. The main reason we do this stuff, right? I think most of us here in the chat is a ham radio operator or GMRS operator, or to some extent, some type of communication. So that will be a fun one. And
I hope
that
at least
one,
the GMRS.
huh?
I hope at least the GMRS. That's a given.
Yeah. I'm talked with Michael last. Michael and I did a POTA. By the way, check out his POTA video. It dropped today at 5. Already dropped 5 Central. It dropped. Check out our POTA activation. Michael's second POTA, my disaster of a POTA, and but we had a lot of fun.
That's all right. You find out what works, what doesn't, and find out why it didn't. And I think you're still trying to investigate what was going on with some things too. So
yeah, we can talk about it. Let me get through all this outline, and then we can bring some stuff up and I'll try to go a little bit past an hour, but I told my wife an hour because last week was 3. I said, all right, I swear I won't. I already even announced it. I'm not going to go over time. But you know how it is with Ragchew crew, right, guys? We just Ragchew, just like I did with Ziggy. Ziggy was on here, did 3 hours. Ziggy was on. I was just watching him work with Hollywood and doing it. It's just fun, man. It's just fun. There's Michael's link, Getting Out in Life. Go subscribe and check out that video earlier. It was a fun. Michael did 51 QSOs, and we had a good time. Okay, back to this. So communications, I'll kind of leave that. We all know a lot about that, but we'll have a topic on that. And again, think about this, guys, too. When I have topics, Ragchew Q isn't just for me. Crew isn't just for me. This Sunday Night I created it with just me, but my intention was to create a community of people that come and go, that join the Ragchew crew, that with a topic they want to talk about, with a topic they are good at or know well. If you're an EMT, hey, come on, let's talk about first aid. Let's talk about your suggestions. If you are, if you were, military communications, come in and let's talk about it. Let's talk about antennas. Let's talk about things. It's open. This is an open channel to bring people in who want to talk. And if I don't say that, or if someone replies and says, hey, when I come on stream and I say, well, tonight is this specific thing, then maybe, but that I don't think that'll happen very often. Like if I have a guest on, it might just be me, Michael, Frank, and the guest. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm sidetracked here. Financial legal preparedness. I talked a little bit about this with the spousal preparedness stream we did. That's really important here. And this is something, funds for emergencies that we didn't really have. My wife has been doing this, so thankfully we do have cash on hand, but I was never good at keeping cash on hand. Wills, documents, powers of attorneys, all that stuff. One of the things, now we talked previously as first aid and all that, but this is another topic in and of itself.
Cert?
Cert, yeah. You
Cert.
can one word, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, if y'all have a CERT program, you don't have to join CERT to take the training. You don't have to be a member of CERT to go to their meetings. But they're constantly giving first aid training, and for Christmas last year, I got a blanket, and they said, we want you to keep that blanket in your car. So they're all about preparedness. But the CERT program, although ours is very active, we deploy often, for search and rescues and disasters and stuff like that. But it trains you a lot about how to take care of yourself, first aid. What if something happens, and you can take care of yourself and your neighbors too. So I highly recommend. If you're not going to join, that's fine, but get the training. It's free. The government, a lot of government agencies provide it, so it's good stuff.
Yeah, CERT is like, for one word, to kind of get a general increase in skills for emergency preparedness. It's CERT. I've been training a trainer. Sometimes I can't do as much as I'd like. I've been missing the meetings because now I work. Okay, wait, I just realized Ziggy says he's an EMT, so there's a smile. But if you are, we'll hold you to that, Ziggy, and you're going to be on multiple times anyway. You're always welcome to come on. So I've been training CERT. I love CERT. Haven't been able to help as much as I'd like to. They do 2 classes a year, and search and rescue, first aid, triage. It's free education. It's free learning if you don't have that already.
Oh, sorry. I clicked the wrong one here. But I think Chris Radio on Life, you work EMS? That's cool. I didn't know that.
Well, so basically going forward, I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to repeat it. When you see me post a topic, if you were not the one that suggested that topic and I've talked with you like, hey, let's get on and do it. If you see a topic that you want to come on and talk about or have some knowledge in, or let me know, and you can join. It's open. This isn't just, anyway. So let's move on. There are others, MRC, Medical Reserve Corps. There are others. Red Cross, of course, but if you're not in a group where you get it free, you got to pay for it, stuff like that. I wondered if I could go, think about that. Think about CPR and defibrillator training online. I wonder if I can do that. I think I can do it as long as I'm not using copyrighted materials like Red Cross stuff. I'll look into it. Because I'm trained every year on it, defibrillating, CPR,
your job,
child birthing. I don't get Red Cross certified because my company with 26,000 of us would be paying a buttload doing that every year. So they don't do it.
Yeah, our county was still providing the CPR training, but they said if you want the card, it's $25. Say you have the card,
That's actually a good price.
or $50 or whatever it is, depending on.
Yeah.
But they usually give the training for free because it's important in what
Yeah.
we do.
My wife is a caregiver and is certified to be able to resuscitate the clients that she works for. This is another one, and this is actually this mental preparedness, emotional preparedness. So there is a topic in one of the modules in CERT is disaster psychology is the title of it. And this is really critical. And as we all see on social media, it seems like people can't emotionally handle life in general these days, or else they're displaying it online to get clicks. I don't understand it. When I see people who can't handle, now I'm not trying to put anyone down or anything if there's legit mental illnesses or some type of issues, but it just seems to me like there's so many people who just can't handle basic life. Like in the airline, someone doesn't get their assigned seat or it changes or something, they just fly off the handle, and I just don't get it. Anyway, I won't dwell on that, but this is important for disasters, disaster preparedness, and we'll go over that. That's a whole topic in and of itself. And if I can, I may find, I've taught this class a couple times, but I'm in no way a professional psychologist. So we'll look at maybe getting some kind of pro in here to talk about that. Dealing with the aftermath, this is important. Look at what happened, with most recently, like North Carolina and those areas. The aftermath isn't like just a week later. You're going to be dealing with it for a very, very long time. So that whole section is an important section. It's all important, but this is something I don't think people really think about, is rebuilding and recovery, and the level of, if you're prepared enough and the more you can mitigate with preparedness, the better and perhaps quicker you will recover in most situations. Some situations, it doesn't matter how well you prepare. If a flood comes through, you're going to get flooded. So that will be another topic. That was chapter 11. Chapter 12 is, I'm in a more, not rural, I'm kind of in urban/rural. We're getting more and more urban by the day.
You're suburban.
Yeah, but it's
but it's gridlock traffic.
Yeah, so
for both of us.
Yeah, you got to think about that. One direction for me to leave is a bridge, and the other direction is literally where everyone goes to and from work and store and everything else.
And there was a massive car fire at that bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on the news. It shut everything down, and fortunately, the bridge is okay. So.
Yeah, I remember getting the text. I think that's what that was, that text. So those are some things, limitations and things you got to look at. Hold on. Oh, I thought Luna just coughed up a lung. I don't know what that was. Rural areas, personally, I prefer rural, but I'm not quite there yet. I may run away to Dawn's land and take some food and ask for entry. So we'll go over that. Preparing for specific disasters. Now my light is in the way. Hold on, I got a new light. It's all automated now, but it doesn't move automatically.
Went all the way to the top of the dock.
Where to go? Understanding different types of disasters. Part of planning, you look at the threats and you kind of rate the risk. You do a risk assessment, the level of threat. The level of threat for hurricanes and flooding where I'm at is not as high as, say, someone in New Orleans. But the level of threat for tornado is probably higher for me than someone in New Orleans. So you've got to do your threat levels, risk levels, and where do we go here? and you got to prepare for those specific disasters, prioritizing the ones that can affect you more. So my priority is going to be winter ice storms, weather, and then storms that could contain high winds or tornadoes. And look at this. I mean, you see the stuff that's going on lately, right? Terrorism, civil unrest, active shooter situations. This seems to be happening more and more. Personally, I just don't go out to a lot of these things. I don't go out to big events so much anymore. But look at this one. I just read an article last week, not confirmed. China's not saying anything, but they're looking at other lockdowns, and a whole new virus has broken out. They're saying.
Yeah, it's been on the news. It's been on the news.
So that's another area. Now, we've got some experience in this now, right? This pandemic stuff. So look at what you did right. Look at what you didn't do right. Look at what you needed. Look at what you had, and that can be part of your plan to improve this year. Technology preparedness, using technology. If you still have power, if you have, cell phone and stuff, look at the resources you have there with county or city alerts. Maybe have a favorites folder on your mobile or your desktop, or if they're synced, that has links to those important places and websites that you may need. And then make sure you have some way of getting information besides the ham radios that we have. I would suggest some type of alert radio that you can get alerts. And if you have a safe or something that has some level of EMP type protection, I would just keep it in the safe. That's what I do. It's in the safe. It's carpet rubber lined. It may not be a perfect EMP protection, but it's way better than sitting out here on my desk. Smart home devices could be your alarms, sensors, motion sensors, ring lights. That could all be part of it. So that's another section that we can talk about. I think a lot of us are into technology. I think that Meshtastic stuff is another one of those that's great in that section that I'm hoping to create more. I took my miner off of the 900 megahertz antenna up top. I'm going to be putting that Meshtastic on there, and then try to test my other devices, see if I can text and see what kind of range I get. Yeah, fireproof safes are not floodproof. What?
Yeah. Talk about traffic cams. The media has traffic cam access. I think there's a website for that, but never really utilized it. Now, the tollway, they don't share their feeds like TechStock does. So,
all right. Anything? Let me scroll up here, see if there's anything I can reply to.
Now, I have a couple safes. Gun safe, I don't think is floodproof, but my other safe is, unless you bolt it down, because you have to put holes in to bolt it down. But it's supposedly it helps protect from water. So, but it is fire and water resistant.
All right, Ziggy, I'll be bringing you in for that. Make sure I bring you in on that one for DPR and stuff like that, DFibs. Sorry, guys, I'm just scrolling through, make sure I'm not missing anything here. Well,
that's a pretty good idea right there.
I had a friend that's going through workman's comp right now. What a pain. They make it as if you need something to be extremely difficult and headache causing right when you're sick, injured, or something. It's crazy. Yeah, Pelican safes or cases. Yeah, if you don't have a safe, get a Pelican case. Get one of those. Get the one from Harbor Freight, $30, $35. Throw a thumb drive in there with all your documents, and by documents I mean all your documents. Digital versions of birth certificates, marriage certificates, passports, wills, account information. If you feel, if it's on a Word doc or something, it's not going to be on your thumb drive. It's not going to be hacked if it's sitting in a Pelican case. Miner. Yeah, I got a helium miner. 3 helium miners, actually. Okay, so the conclusion will basically be staying vigilant and adapting and changing. If you look back at emergency management in our country, it goes back to the Mississippi River and the multiple floods that the Mississippi River had. It flooded over and over, and everything was being built along the riverside, and it would be flooded and flooded. And this is something I learned when I went back and was doing my emergency management school. The pork that they throw into bills in our government that nobody wants, but they throw it in there for the people that are probably funding their politicians, pocketbooks. It's called pork, and it comes from the pork barrels. And what they did was, because they did not have the manpower to recover from the Mississippi River flooding so much, with so much damage and all the things to recover from it, they would offer citizens that lived in those areas barrels of pork to help, not be paid. They'd get a barrel of pork to help in whatever way they needed when there was disasters and such during the flood times. So they got pork barrel and pork from that. It's like a thrown in here, do this, and I'll scratch your back here, I'll scratch yours kind of a thing. So that's where it comes from, if you didn't know. But anyway, emergency management since those days of the Mississippi River and stuff has changed. If when I say emergency management, and we coin that into an individual or family's vocabulary, it's emergency preparedness. That is, it needs to be moldable, and it needs to be adjustable, and it needs to be constantly looked at. In one of the things they do in emergency management is post disasters, they look at what they did, and they do what's called best practices. They review, they see what's happened in other areas with similar disasters, they see what works, they see what doesn't work, and they change their plans. They change response plans, they change recovery plans, and they create these best practices that seem to work time and time again. They're tried and true methods of response and recovery to disasters, and that's called best practices. So in your individual or family planning for emergencies, create those best practices. And one of those practices I'm going to tell you right now which is why I chose this. Let me stop this. That's it. That's it on the book. Let me remove that. And how do I get just the screen? Oh, I got to do this. That's why I chose, if you look on here, I chose this picture, one, because everyone only had 4 fingers and a thumb, this AI image. So that's a good thing. Everyone had the normal limbs. But 2, it was the daughter that's writing the plan. So one of the best practices I would suggest if you have kids is involve your kids, help them develop that emergency planning mindset, emergency preparedness mindset at a young age. Let them be the one that checks the boxes or check marks the things for your 72-hour kit. Sit down with them and discuss those things that, you maybe not the bank account numbers and stuff, the will if they're young like these 2 kids here, but get them involved however you see fit to help get your family prepared, and then practice. If you've got a house fire evacuation plan, practice it. Let them know, like, this is the evacuation, the fire's in this room, and then practice some kind of a drill so that they know how to get out of the house in a fire. But that's the best practice, getting your whole family involved and getting those kids involved early is important. Okay, let me go back to the chat here. How we doing? We don't need no stinking papers.
Or badges.
Let's see. Chitterlings, is that what pork is called, Ryan?
No, it's a pork product called Chitterlings.
Isn't that like deep fried pork ears or something? Like pig ears. I've heard of it. Or no, or I'm thinking of chitlins.
It's more of a soul food type meal.
All right. Oh, did Colin join us? Colin and VK, welcome. Good to see you. All right. Anything we've talked about that anyone has suggestions? Anyone have questions? Anyone have thoughts, ideas, something that they did, something that they think needs to be added into this?
There's your answer, Paul.
Planning. What's that?
There's your answer.
Oh, it's intestines? That's disgusting. That's not necessary.
Don't knock it till you try it.
When I kill in years, an elk, deer, whatever, I scrape out all the guts and I leave them for the animals because the animals need to eat. And then I keep all that delicious muscle. Been 18 years since I've done that. I haven't hunted since I've been in Texas.
Yeah, Colin, I think in America, 70% of all firefighters, they have to go through the same training, are volunteer here in the States. So only like 30% of them are paid.
Douglas, our fires in this area are usually, the word I'm thinking of, Michael.
Structure.
No.
We get a lot of structure fires and grass fires.
Yeah, thanks. Grass fires. Just there's a lot of open fields.
Yeah,
it tends to happen quite a bit. But it's usually contained pretty good. It's not like forest fires where it can go and go and go and go and go and jump lines and all that. It tends to stay. They keep it pretty contained. But yeah, other than building or structure fires,
yeah,
kind of normal anywhere.
We have a lot of cattle in this county. In fact, at one point we had more cattle per capita than any other county in Texas. But I mean, we still have a lot of cows. But you know, with all those fields, you got a trade. I was dispatched. I went with the fire rehab one time, and it was a chain fire. Basically, chains hanging off of a trailer, just dragging on the ground, and just sparks going down the road there. So we had like 2 or 3 different fire commands because it was such a long area that was affected with the fire. But they got it knocked down in a couple 2 or 3 hours. So not like a forest fire where it's going to be obscenely amount of fuel there.
Yeah, as a kid, we went to. I was born in Mesa. Like I said, I moved to Idaho when I was 27. So I was 9, not 7. I was 9. 77 was when we moved. I was 9. And we would go to Flagstaff, the higher elevation up there, and we'd go sledding and stuff. And I always look back at that and think, if I lived in Arizona, that's the one place I could live. I loved Flagstaff, Arizona. But
yeah. They got some cold winters up there and a ton of snow.
Rain sometimes spark the
Almori,
fires. Wow, we're gonna have to hold Frank Ham Radio Wilderness accountable to that. We're gonna tell him that he's causing forest fires. He needs to check himself.
Yeah, don't park on the lawn. There's a video of a high-speed police chase, or he caught a speeder, but he was running his engine wide open to catch up to him, and then he pulled right into the grass and ran out of the car, and his car caught on fire from the grass, catching on fire. So yeah, be aware of that. If you're going high speeds, don't park on a tall grass field.
Yeah, I would imagine Flagstaff is expensive. I mean, such a beautiful area. Most people went to Arizona. The snowbirds would go to Arizona because of the warmth. But I don't see them going to Flagstaff just to get more snow. But I could live in Flagstaff. I wish we had that here in the kind of surrounding DFW somewhere. If I could just get like 2,000 elevation, get out of some of this humidity, I'd be in heaven. I love Texas. You're right, Chris. Everywhere is expensive. I always thought that if we had like a volcano erupt I mean, it takes a long time before the trees grow and stuff, but it'd be nice to have a mountain nearby. I don't want anyone injured, but it'd be pretty cool if we get a mountain to pop up out of nowhere.
Don't we have a wind farm nearby with a or soda?
Yeah, I'm seriously tempted. We got to go do that. If we can't get in there to that soda, for whatever reason, I mean, it's labeled, so there must be a way. There must be somewhere nearby it that you can activate. If not,
Paul's on a mission to get in there.
Yeah, there's 2 more sodas just south of it, maybe 10 minutes. So we'll get one of them. That's right. I'm going to create a soda.
Ooh.
The closest soda is almost 2 hours away.
We both clicked on it at the same time, apparently.
No, I'm not clicking.
Oh. Well, that must have been me double tapping there.
Yeah. See? Drop a tower on the top of that mountain.
There you go.
All right, guys. What do you guys think? This is it. I've got 7. I think it was 7. Maybe 8. I've got 7 or 8 title ideas for titles as I put this together into a book format. And I'll probably have a poll mid-year and see which one wins. We'll see which title you guys like. I'm still working on I'm hitting up Fiverr for the logo. I made the logo a circle so it just looks a little more uniform. I am trying to find somebody on an actual, this is AI and I edited it a little bit, but the Ragchew Crew logo. I am trying to get someone off of Fiverr to give me kind of that vintage classic look where it's a little easier to make stickers and patches and have kind of a vintage tone to it instead of just white, bluish black. And so I do have the list printed out. I will always keep track of who is what membership, and there will be stickers and patches available, and I will get those sent out as soon as I can. Even if you lapse your membership and don't re-up it, you will get a sticker and or patch depending upon your membership at some point. I've tried twice to get stickers made. I've had both of those people from Amazon give me excuses. One was, "Oh, our machine broke. We tried to contact you. Sorry, here's your refund." I'm almost thinking that they are scams because I was wondering like, where's my sticker? And I checked messages and it was like a month ago they messaged me. And then, maybe they aren't refunding people or something. So anyway, I've tried twice. I've given up. I'm going to someplace better. Fiverr is a place to go with a lot of good talent. So, and I like AI. It's great fun. I love using it. But I do like to pay. My son his business is a creator, and I like to pay actual creators to create instead of just get it free from Microsoft Designer. Wait, what?
The green cross in the image. Is that a dispensary thing, Joe? See, we don't have dispensaries in Texas. The Mary Jane. Yeah.
Oh,
right there.
I see what he's saying in the image there. I was still thinking logos.
That's a dispensary thing, I believe.
I almost, actually, our med kits are marked with green crosses, not red. I actually thought about changing that to red, though. I was going to highlight it and change it to red with Photoshop. So, oh, that's right. 75 Ohm's daughter. Well, Ziggy, you see the photo that's there now, right? I've got another photo I can show you, another image. Give me 1 second. I'll put it in the Discord. My nephew said he wanted to try to do a Prep Ham logo for me. Not the Ragchew. I've got a Prep Ham one I'd like to change as well, make it a little simplified. But he's never gotten back to me. I got to call him. But I'll post it in Discord, and let me just show you kind of the idea, because I like the vintage look. Let me open this up. Here's the thing. Most of us will know these. So if you look at 75 ohm ham, Ziggy's there. His logo's is there on his here. Pull his up, one of his chats. His logo created by his daughter. So there, classic, simple, right? If you look at like the Smokin' Ape, now the Smokin' Ape ham radio, he's changed it. Simple, right? I like I'm trying to think of the big guys. Ham radio tube is kind of YouTube themed. Tank radio, love Tank radio. The Tank, I mean, I love it. It's just awesome. Makes great stickers, patches, mugs, everything. The Coffee and Ham radios, I love that classic vintage look of theirs. You know, not necessarily monochrome, sepia tone or whatever you want to call it. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. And let me pull this. This is the one I pulled up recently. You guys may not like it, maybe, but I think it's a little more simplified. And the microphones, I would love to get them changed to the Astatic. Is that the brand? Those Astatic mics, the chrome ones with the handle on the side. Let me share this screen. Hold on. Oh, I have to stop that screen. Let me share this screen.
All right, Chris, have a good time at work there.
Take care, Chris. Okay. Here it is. So this is as close to kind of the idea I want. Now I can't really use this. It's not the font I like. I don't necessarily like three lines around the edge, but it's kind of that monochromatic, singular tone type color scheme. The tower looks like an oil tower with that dark line in the middle.
That's just coax.
Yeah, it's
that's a lot of coax.
LMR 800 coax. But the microphones are better than the ones I've got on the current logo. I'd like to do the Astatic. Astatic, is that it? Is someone? See, maybe someone can tell me what that Astatic, I think, is what it's called, right? Someone will come up with it, and perhaps maybe angling them in. Maybe, I don't know. It's okay even like that.
It looks good. That looks like a challenge coin, Paul.
Yeah, I want it simplified.
So
if you look at the Ragchew Crew logo I've got up there, the faded tones, the mesh mic, the kind of the foam mesh, all those graphics, those are great for stickers and great for a logo online. They're not great for patches. They can't do that. So I want classic, vintage, simplified. So far, this one is the best one, other than the one I've created. But this is better in the sense that it's a little more simplified. They need to change the tower. They need to change the font. I don't know about the 3 or 4 lines on the outside. I don't know. So I'm hitting up. Is it the D104? Is that? I thought it was Astatic, or is that the type of mic it is? I don't know. Anyway, it's the one that's round, like this, but the round mic and the handle had the bar push to talk. It's at every ham fair. They're always for sale. I like that mic. This one I like too. So we'll see. Have someone that knows what they're doing. Create a normal tower. And give me their perspective on this idea.
Astatic D104.
Okay, thanks. Okay, is Astatic the brand or the type of microphone it is? I have no idea. It's probably the brand, right?
Yeah.
D104. I've always wanted to get one of those. Every ham fair I want to get one, but they're either kind of chipped up more than I want or they want too much for them. Thanks, Ziggy.
Paul, there's a drop on the private chat.
Oh. All right. So think about it, Ziggy. If you want to show this image, see what you can do. I'm more than happy to pay. I was going to pay someone on Fiverr. They offer different rasterized, whatever those. I don't know what all those words are. So that I can do what I want. So I can make stickers and patches and stuff like that too. But let me know, Ziggy. Thanks, man. That's pretty much it, guys. I've taken off a tangent a little bit, but I'm about 6 minutes over. I was shooting for 1 hour. I hope that this preparedness outline will work for everybody. I think it's as robust. I had AI help because I could only come up with so many thoughts. AI helped come up with more. Oh, shit. Well, you just let me know, Ziggy. I think there was 2 Fiverr people that did get back to me. I'll see what their ideas are, and we'll go from there. And maybe we'll have a poll on the logo, maybe 2. So that's it. Let me get rid of this screen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Again, Discord, the updated invite is in the description. If you're watching this after the stream, feel free to leave comments and suggestions, ideas, thoughts on what you'd like to see in a preparedness outline over the year. Again, I'm hoping to get everybody who join me in this 1-year journey to become as fully prepared as you possibly can in your individual or family by the end of 2025. So this time next year, everyone should have be able to breathe a little easier, not have so much worry about the disasters that you face in your area. That's the idea. I'm doing it too. I'm not 100% ready either. So that's the idea. Michael? Thoughts? Oh.
I mean, it's always developing a morphing thing, and every chance. And Paul and I talk about preparedness, and he shows me what he's got set up. I'm like, whoa, I've seen it in person, but just try to do what you can, what you can afford. Just some basics. We have a Coleman stove that's in the garage. I got tanks for it. If I lose power here, I have an all electric house. So we're going to use, that to start cooking stuff. And I got some stuff from the store that is more focused on stuff you can just cook on a stovetop rather than a microwave or an oven per se. But just, I got 4, almost 5 cases of waters in the garage, and they're going to be nice and chilled this week when we start having our 6 inches of snow. And I try not to drink them unless I'm out and about or I'm doing this because I don't want to have to get up and down to refill my water glass. I drink a lot of water. So, but I mean, this thinks of some basic things. It could be nice weather, and all of a sudden the city says, we have a problem. Do not drink the water. Boil it before you use it for anything. I mean, you never know when something's going to happen, and it will blindside you at the least expected times. I mean, I hear the weather radio alarms go off for water emergencies on occasion because something got screwed up at the water plant. I mean, just slowly start stockpiling things. When you get a good deal, grab onto it. So,
yep.
Keep a kit in your car. Keep a blanket in your car. Keep water in your car. Somebody says, well, if we're having these big freezing temperatures, why would I put water in the car? Get a little small. I have a small, and I took it with us yesterday, Paul, and that had 9 bottles of water in it.
The little igloo?
It was a small one. It fits in the floorboard, and I'm pretty sure, and I'll check it, I'm leaving it out in the truck to see if it's going to freeze up. But I don't think it's going to freeze up.
Probably not if it's in the igloo.
Yeah, so, I mean...
Thanks, Hillbilly, for joining us. Take care.
I mean, just do what you can. And if you haven't watched my video today, watch it. You'll see.
Yeah, check it out. It was a fun POTA. I got one Q, so I uploaded it in case he needed that park. So, Dawn, if you're still here, thank you for, again, 5 gifted memberships. This will not show in the outro. Excuse me. I have a new outro. Shout out to everybody who's supporting the channel. Those who are here, those who are not here. Appreciate it. As this channel builds, I will try to create more content, things that help people and things that you benefit from. So 73 is everybody. And there was one more thing. This right here. Wait, where'd it go? Chris, right here. One last comment on this. Chris, you're exactly right. You can be as prepared as you want to be, and it still may go sour. So you do what you can within your means, within your finances. Start small, like Michael said. Build it up. And the more and more you get prepared, the less and less you'll worry about those disasters. So thanks again, everyone. I'm going to play a thank you to all the members, and we'll play the outro. So until next week, 73, stay safe, be prepared. Michael, anything from you before we go?
Just if you haven't subscribed to Paul or either one of us, please subscribe and please share these videos. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in these videos and these discussions, and your input. 75 ohm. Do we need to send the Red Cross out there?
He needs to start a live stream now.
All right, there you go.
All right, guys.
So y'all take care and be safe and be prepared as best you can.
All right, everyone. Thanks. Take care. Here's the end scene credits, then our outro. 73s, everyone.